Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video because it is going to be my update for my makeup rehab series, and this will be recapping the month of August. And I feel like it's going to be a shorter update because I did not purchase anything makeup wise with the exception of eyeshadow palettes in the month of August, which is really exciting. I feel like I had a good month. I don't have the most empties used up last month, but I feel like the makeup products that I did empty out last month are like exciting empties. So if you are interested in my makeup rehab update, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project painting content, palette themed content, or just chit chatting about makeup, I'd love if you'd consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's jump into the video. Okay, you guys, my air just kicked on. If you're hearing like noises in the background, I do apologize. If you have never caught my makeup rehab series, this is essentially like a beauty budget style project that I've been doing for a couple of years, and every single year I tweak it just a little bit, and I have had so much fun with this makeup rehab series. So this year I started my series with 20 makeup products in my beauty bank, and every single makeup purchase that I make or every single makeup product that I bring into my collection, my beauty bank decreases by one. Every makeup product that I use up, my beauty bank increases, or I gain a product back for my beauty bank or beauty budget. I do not count eyeshadow palettes in this beauty budget, if you will, because I just love eyeshadow so much. I love testing new eyeshadow and I love to make palette themed content. So I didn't want to put a limit on my eyeshadow palettes, but everything else counts, including if I receive PR products. Those count as like a negative against my beauty budget, which I was just thinking to myself, shoot, because I do have 4 PR products. That's gonna count against my beauty bank. That's okay. It's okay. We're gonna be fine. So that being said, I do always like to start with any PR that I received. Then we'll talk about eyeshadow palettes. Then we'll talk about any purchases that I've made, which I have not made any purchases this month. But before we get into that, I do always like to recap the other rules that I have set for myself within this project this year. So I will pop them on the screen really quick, but I've already kind of chatted through the majority of them. My beauty bank starts at 20. PR counts against my beauty bank. I'm on a mascara no buy this year. I'm also on an eyeshadow primer no buy. I want to do at least 1 month each quarter as like a no buy month. So August would count as a no buy month for me since I did not purchase any makeup products. And then I also put myself on a primer no buy about halfway through the year. I was doing quarterly rules as well, but I decided for this third quarter to not do any rules at all, meaning the next update I will have a new set of quarterly rules to get me through the end of the year. But I feel like I've done really well this quarter, and I think a big part of that is that I have deleted the Ulta and Sephora apps off of my phone. And so I'm not checking the Ulta and Sephora app every single day. I do still look at Trend Mood every single day, usually on Instagram, but I just don't get as excited about a lot of the new makeup releases. And I feel like I used to scroll through Sephora and Ulta and I would just like purchase things to like make myself feel better. And now with the apps being off of my phone, I just don't do that, which has been such a game changer for me, and I am so happy about that. So that being said, those are all of my rules as of right now. Let's quickly get into PR, and I will leave timestamps down below in case you are not interested in any of these specific portions. I do just have 2 PR products to share with you really quickly. The first is this eyeshadow palette, and this is from Mockingjay Beauty, which I had not heard of before, but when they reached out asking if they could send me an eyeshadow palette, I was all about it because we know I love eyeshadow palettes, and this is the first product for the brand as well as their first palette, obviously, and it's this really beautiful blue and cool toned palette. And I have been really into blues this year. I have not yet dipped into this, but I'm very excited to, and just test out a new indie makeup brand. So that is the first product. And then the second, I was so excited for this. Kaja sent over their newest launch, which is their Juicy Glass Lip Oils. So these are supposed to plump, hydrate, and shine. And they sent me over all 4. So it will count as 4 products against my beauty bank, but that is what it is. Look at these shades. So there is a Rose Hip Spritz, a Raspberry Refresher, Grape Glotini, and Plum Paloma. Whoopsies. I am gonna keep all 4 of these. I was thinking about maybe not keeping the grape one, but I'm just going to. Maybe I'll end up giving this one to my daughter. I don't know why I just shook that. There's like a ball at the top of this. But I did test out the other day this one. This is the Raspberry Refresher, and I think I may have found a new favorite lip product. So the doe foot applicator reminds me a lot of the Clarins lip oil, as well as the formula is just like so thin and also feels like the Clarins lip oil. I had obviously other lip products under this, but this like red on its own is like the most beautiful sheer red, especially for like next summer. I'm like, ooh, so pretty. Now I will say the only difference between this and the Clarins lip oil is this does have a little bit of like a plumping aspect. It's not painful, but it's not excuse me, it's not like that minty sensation. Like I can feel plumping happening, but it doesn't feel like it's happening in like a minty way. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's not, I don't know if I said this, it's not painful. I'm really, really happy with it though. And so I've only worn this one other time before. I didn't feel like it dried my lips out. Like I do feel like some plumping lip products can. So like I said, I feel like we may have a new favorite lip product on my hand, but because there are 4 separate lip products, and I love that I'm bringing more lip products into my collection because I definitely don't need to be, but these are worth it in my opinion. So I will be bringing these 4 in, and it will count as 4 against my beauty bank, which we will get into in just a minute here. But next, I do want to just quickly share all the eyeshadow palettes that I brought into my collection the last month. I have been on a palette bender, kind of a little bit of a palette bender, but that's okay. I've been wanting to try I want to expand my horizons with indie, which is part of it, and then also Natasha Denona's just been releasing so many palettes. So up first, I have the Mini Starlit palette, which I didn't realize that all of the shades in the Mini Starlit are like not new shades, so that's a bit of a disappointment. I have used this 4 or 5 times, and I definitely didn't need this. Like I definitely did not need this. I am really happy because this has the shade Galaxia in this, which is a shade out of the Mini Retro palette, which I absolutely love. So I'm excited to have another Galaxia. But did I need this? No. So then the other Natasha Denona palette, I obviously did it. And I haven't gotten around to testing this, but I've seen the swatches and I'm literally drooling. I cannot wait. But it's the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. I love the packaging on this. I don't know what it is about the packaging, but I just absolutely love it, and I'm super excited to dip into this. I've recently finished testing out the Glaminatrix Nearly Neutral palette, which is like, I think my new favorite palette to my collection, and I'm wondering if the shimmers in this palette are going to be similar and just like as metallic and as sparkly. So I'm very excited about this. And then the final 3 palettes are all indie palettes. So I'm trying It's Belle Cosmetics for the first time, and I picked up the Flare collection, and a couple of my shades came broken, but I just pressed them back in. This is a 9-pan palette, all with like special shades or like duochromes, metallics, and things like that, and the swatches looked so beautiful. So I'm really, really excited to give this a try. Obviously this is going to be more of a companion palette for me, but as I mentioned, I want to expand my horizons in the indie makeup world and just see what else is out there for eyeshadow palettes. So I'm excited about that one. I knew I was gonna, like, I literally set an alarm on release day, release time for this palette. It's the Glaminatrix Sugar and Spice palette, and I'm so glad that I did because this sold out really quickly. Now I do think they are doing a pre-order or doing like a restock for this. I haven't gotten around to testing this either, but I'm so excited. The swatches for this looked absolutely beautiful, and I am just like so into Glaminatrix. I think they have really beautiful quality, and I also love their packaging. I will say the pan sizes on this are not like the standard, like this is like a ColourPop size pan, not like the larger ones, like the smaller ones. So I was a little bit surprised by the pan size, but I'm still just so incredibly excited about this palette. I also love the like brown leather packaging. I just think is beautiful. And then most recently, I have the new one from Nomad Cosmetics. This is the Ghost Town USA palette. And when I first saw the pictures for this, I was like, I don't need that. And then I saw swatches and I was like, ooh, maybe I do need that. And now that I'm seeing it in person, I'm like, it looks so beautiful. I love the 3 cool toned browns. The metallics in this palette just look so stunning. I actually have the Nomad Okawango palette on my eyes today, and this is the second experience I've had with Nomad, and this palette is much better than the first one I had, which was the like Fire and Ice palette. I was not impressed with that palette. I have been much more impressed, so I'm so excited about this because I just love the color story. I'm like, is it unique to my collection? Some of it might be, some of it also might not be, but it just looks so pretty. And also you can't deny this packaging is just absolutely incredible. So that is the 5th and final palette that I brought into my collection this past month. Now let's get into the rest of the video. So as I mentioned, I did not purchase anything in August. I did go into August with a beauty bank of 4 products. So I could bring in 4 more makeup products before going into the negative. And alas, I'm bringing in these 4 lip products, which would put my beauty bank at 0. So good thing I didn't purchase anything. And then we'll get into the makeup products that I've emptied up. Again, any makeup product that I empty out counts as a positive into my beauty bank, so a credit towards my beauty bank. I do have 7 makeup empties today to share with you, so that will be 7 products added back into my beauty bank account. So we'll be at 7 going into September. There's a few things tempting me for the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, but I also just like don't want to purchase anything. So I'll be very curious to see how September goes. It would be awesome if I could just hold out until the next Sephora VIB sale before I make any purchases, but I don't know that I have that much faith in myself. Okay, so let's get into my makeup empties. As mentioned, I only have 7, but I'm super excited about these because these are some like difficult products to get through. So if you caught my Rolling Project 10 pan update, I did finally finish off my Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation, which is so exciting because it's just exciting to have another foundation empty to add to my end of year makeup empties, and to have another foundation moving out of my foundation collection, to have one less when we do our inventory at the end of the year. And then speaking of foundation empties, I did also finish up my Giorgio Armani Neo Nude True to Skin Natural Glow Foundation. In my most recent Graveyard Project pan, I told you guys I was so close to finishing this, and I just busted through it right after that. Like I just was like, I'm gonna finish this up, and finish it up I did. This was getting older in my collection as well, so I am so excited to be adding 2 foundation empties to my empties bin. And then a couple other very exciting empties. Again, this is from my Rolling Project 10 pan, but I did finish up my e.l.f. bronzer, so I finally have a powder bronzer empty. It has been years since I've had a powder bronzer empty to share, and I am just so elated that this is finally done. And then also for my Rolling Project 10 pan, I have my Becca highlight, a powder highlight, my first powder highlight ever emptied. And yes, it was a mini, but it did take some serious effort, years worth of effort. This was the Becca Rose Quartz highlight, and this is also now an empty product. Okay, and then my last like really exciting product is my RMS Beauty face quad, and I have finished this up. I maybe could get like, there's maybe a little bit left of this bronzer, like the tiniest bit that I don't even know if I could actually make work, but I have finished off this quad. So I finished off my first face palette. And yes, it's just a little mini, but it's so exciting because I've been working on this for so long. And this was one of the 23 products I wanted to finish in 2023. So it feels just so good to have this worked out of my collection and have this as an empty. And then the final 2 products, this one is not exciting, but this MAC mascara is like truly like there's no product left. Like it like sticks when I like even pull, like try to untwist the cap. Like it's just, it's old. There's really no product left in this. I really did like this mascara. I'm honestly not even sure the name of it, but I loved the brush in this. So I will really miss this mascara. Obviously I am on a mascara no buy, and I probably, ooh, I would maybe purchase this again. Like if I was like truly down to my last few mascaras, but I also just hate spending over like over like $10 on a mascara, let alone over 20. So this one is moving on to my collection. And then the final empty I have is this Kopari lip glossy in the scent Watermelon. You would have seen this in my whole collection project pan, and it's very exciting to have this as an empty one because watermelon scented things also are, in my opinion, more geared towards the summer. I love Kopari lip glossies. I've gone through at least 5 or 6 at this point in time, and I still have many more in my collection. And it's exciting to work out another lip product because I have so many and I brought in 4 more. So this is also an empty towards my collection. So those are the 7 empties that I have to remove from my makeup collection and add credits back into my beauty bank. I have not yet, I haven't yet done the math on the total of my empties, but I will post on the screen right now because as I'm editing, I will do the math. I'll post on the screen the total value of makeup empties for this month, and that will be the total value if I paid retail price. And then I'll also post where I'm at year to date for the retail value of all of my empties. I don't know that I will get to $2,000 this year. That would have been the goal. I don't think I'm capable of doing that, but I am still hopeful that I can get to over 100 makeup empties. I am currently at 75, so we just have 25 more in the next 4 months. That feels really doable. And that is going to be the goal. I would love to make it through September without making another beauty purchase. That would feel like a huge accomplishment to go 2 months without making a purchase. We'll see if I'm capable. We'll see if I can do it. Send me all of your good vibes. Leave me all the positive comments. But that's gonna wrap it up for today's makeup rehab update. I would love to know if you yourself purchased anything in August or if you plan to purchase anything in September. What is your next palette purchase gonna be as well? Or what is the most recent palette you brought into your collection? Let a girl know in the comments below. Other than that, thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting my channel as you guys always do. I appreciate you guys, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.